This side of the ball we were more sure of, but later in the match, when the weather conditions started to deteriorate, we were kind of worried because we were at some disadvantages with the offense, knowing where they want to go, and defense having to defend, and you know be left to the perils of sharp angles and slick fields and things like that. And it's just a reminder of the Brazil game, and then even further back going to the Chiefs Swamp Bowl debacle, because the conditions on that field were not ideal at all, and they just were shitty because the NFL just decided to prioritize the halftime show. But that's neither here nor there now. Hopefully, we don't have to endure another situation like that. But let's just say we should be prepared for it. With us dealing with crappy field conditions. This season. Close out potentially, and then this game as well as the Brazil game. So, anyways, man, this one was exciting. It was nerve wracking because the defense, like I said, couldn't close things out. Chose not to close things out in the way they addressed some problems. We'll get to those later, but. Hey man, at the end of the day though, one superstar did show up, and man, this dude is just wrecking shop all season. Love JC, and I'm talking about Jesus Christ, and I'm not using that, that's a swear word. Anyways, let's get into it. What's up? It's your boy Centron. Come back into another analysis video. And I kid you not, it's my name. That's the tagline. I don't give a fuck though. Eagles Rams film review. This was a weird game on defense, and hey, I'll say that. But given the conditions, we might have given up 402 yards, but it was only 5.7 yards per play, so very low. It wasn't 7 or 8 or 9. It was just like I said, the conditions of the field. We didn't, we were afraid of slipping. We took precautions, and that led to open receivers, wide spaces of land being left open, because I'll let you catch in front of me and then I'll tackle you. But if I'm not absolutely sure I got my footing here, I'm not gonna risk slipping and letting you go for 6, a free 6, because almost like a 13-point swing. Because if I let you do that, I say 12-point swing minus the field goal. Field goal attempt, extra point attempt. Anyways, it's gonna be hard for my offense to recoup that back with the way that we're playing these days. But anyways, let's get to it. So this rep here, and they love these deep in breaking routes. Goshly, come on, Goshly. You see Slay at the top, covering from the outside, and he just does an excellent job breaking, undercutting the route. I mean, yeah, it is a shame that he didn't get that pick, but he has been doing very well. For him being 34 years old, even if this is his swan song as an Eagles cornerback, he's acquitted himself very nicely and might, latch on somewhere else. But I think we have to usher in a new era. But this last vintage, model of Slay, liking it. All right, so this is crunch. I like this. I would hope that we steal this. So we have the line playing inside out. So the guards crisscross and block this way, and the tackles, fan out. So I mean, it's crisscross, and it, cause that trap, they get lulled into a false sense of security. They come in, and then by the time they realize that it's not them shooting the gaps, it's them being trapped, being whammed. It's too late because they both, bam, get hit. That creates that displacement. Has a hole there. You can read there. Depends on what he wants to do. I'll read here. And that's what he did. Going off of that guy, safety has to come in, fill in the box, and CJ Gardner-Johnson I think misses. So it's just creates that extra yardage. Then Vic Fangio, confusing the Rams. We saw a lot of stunts in games, and we actually won. And it's funny, Vic was saving these for later in the year, or picking the spots. We didn't spam them throughout the year, so now they're being very effective. We don't have a lot of these on tape, so it's very new information for most lines going up against us, and we were just talented to begin with. But I think the tackle, Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter stunt. Nolan's pressure makes him step right up to Jalen Carter's spot, and he blows it up. All right, damn, I didn't realize they got 115 yards through the air on 3 plays, 324 yards. It is what it is. Yeah, the catch point. Isaiah Rodgers just couldn't close the deal twice. And it's, see him here at the bottom of the screen. Robinson just picked on him. He has his pick. If he times it better and he has more strength to just rip that ball away, that's his ball. But that's one thing I don't like about, him going over Quinyon Mitchell. He loses a lot of size. He's 5'10", I think, and it's Quinyon's 6 foot, but he's about 92 as well. Isaiah Rodgers loses like, roughly 20, almost 20 pounds. So it's a completely different player, and he's pretty much just as fast as Rodgers. You're not losing that much in his hitting ability. So Quinyon Mitchell, he's not going to let people just come in and dog walk him like that. I'm not saying he got absolutely disrespected, but you want a bigger corner there, to take advantage of that, even if he has the speed to run with those guys, which he does. All right, here, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, following his guy, but then, the guy makes a mistake by, blocking someone else like down. Allowing CJ to shoot the gap here. So he's gonna follow the tight end as he comes across the formation, and then, bam, he kind of walks with the wrong guy, and CJ just shoots through, makes a tackle for the loss, and it just makes the play. Keeping them behind the sticks is what you want. All right, and then, Fangio dropping 8 here in coverage, just beautiful. I hope we see a little bit more in this, and I agree with, Jaden Daniels. Just throw different pictures at him, things that he hasn't seen as often, and contain him. Rush like they run, run Jalen. It's just a contain sack, because he has to go somewhere, and eventually the picture gets muddy, and, he doesn't know who's coming, behind in pursuit or in front of him flashing. So I think Jallis Hunt cleans up on that sack, and it makes it a untenable situation for the offense. They have to kick the field goal or attempt the field goal. And yeah, Jalen Carter's being dominant, man. I don't know what he did here, so let's just jump into it. Okay, he shoots that gap. I mean, he's going up against a tackle there. That's him going up against a right tackle. Just shooting off him when he sees that Kyron has the ball there. Punching the ball out, expertly. That's the second time that he's gotten Kyron Williams, and Kyron, he was so pissed off at himself, slammed his helmet down on the sidelines. But yeah, Jalen's got your number this year. It is what it is. But he's expertly uses that. Didn't wrap up, contacted him, punched it out, and just the rest is history. Isaiah Rodgers with a beautiful return. But man, such a key clutch play. And then, Zach Bond, another monster of the midway for us here in Philly. If they're trying to get up to the second level, I think that's haven't seen again. If he's able to block him off there, you'll see a hole, widen up here. Again, that's not haven't seen 69. I think it's Dotson. If he's able to get to Zach Bond, the guard, he's able. They're able to. He's able to cut this back, wide off the ground. It might be a mini Saquon burst. But Zach Bond shoots the gap. Is sure of what he's seeing, and brings Kyron Williams down. Pile drives that man, right into the snow. So he shoots it. So he sees it so fast. He's decisive, doesn't hesitate, just runs right into it. And him, not that he's making up for Kobe Dean, but when those two are out there, it's just excellent. But he's able to make up for the lack of the pop of someone like Oren Burks. He played solidly, way better than he did the first game, but still he's no Kobe Dean. And I never thought I would be saying that coming into this season, but lo and behold, here we are. All right, 6-man pressure and playing cover one behind that, so single coverage, even the safeties, just single coverage, or one safety, playing in the cloud, but hustle sack. Everybody's a double mug look, and they actually go with it, So everybody's coming, bam. I think Noah Smith, gets him from behind. I don't know if that was the fumble, recovery that we got, but just, So hope we do some of that. Jalen. Um, yeah, Jalen, whatever his name is, the Commanders. Jaden Daniels. Sorry, Jaden. Do some of that. Confuse him, give him different looks, different things that he might be sure of what he's saying. Have guys, back off. Have guys, renege on their investments and come after him. You know, and here, like we're gonna miss Williams for sure when he leaves this offseason, or we're able to somehow, pay him for him to stay. Man, what a save. But Moro Jumbo stunting, a tackle stunt, and him and Carter loop into the inside. Whoop. And then it's so late that it's beautiful the way it plays out. The offensive lineman got their back turned perfectly. When they didn't see it coming and just swoop in for the sack, just destroying the interior of that line. The stunts and stuff like that were key to this game, and I'm hoping that we still employ some stuff, because we got to be careful with Jaden Daniels. He will roll out and get to the edge of that defense and threaten to get chunks of yardage. But hoping we get some solid hits on him too. I'm just tired of seeing that motherfucking deke and duck and juke and jive and weave through us, man. I want to see him get put on his ass. And the Oren Burks, man, recognizing this one. Like, I love, that our DBs, linebackers, and defensive linemen have been getting their hands on balls, all year long. So Oren Burks realizes that he's not going to get there. He jumps up into the passing lane, and there might have been a reception there by Puka Nacua, but, it's totally, like, it's nothing. There's, it's hard to find a more, drive-killing play on a drive than, ball being batted when the receiver had a chance to catch the ball and you prevented that. All right, angry watching the Eagles defense. Like, yeah, it's just like, it wasn't prevent. I thought it was too, but look at the amount of cushion yardage Slay is giving, this guy Puka Nacua, I believe. And, he's able to just run underneath, get his bearings. Okay, that's not the play. But it's just way too much space. You don't want to, give him that. You don't want to honor these guys, but it is the snow condition, so I did say that, extenuating circumstances. Like, that being said, you don't want, you saw even receiver, he chop and cut, because they can't, cut on a dime, cut like they do when it's just, they're running on blades of grass. Hopefully, the conditions will be much better this weekend. I don't think it's set to snow any precipitation, but we'll see. But, those guys have those feet up, our feet up under them. But I'm so glad we're playing in Philly. Detroit lost. Appreciate you, buddy. And then here, another contested catch. Slay just, missed times to jump. I'm thinking this is also because of the snow, because, it's just sticky out there. And, he just jumps. But he's not able to get height, vert like you normally would. And, Puka Nacua just comes out with the hell of a catch. So, like you said, as Conley said, you got to give the other guys on the other side credit. They are professionals too, and they get paid to play their roles, do their jobs. And they, half of them are like pretty good at, a lot of them are pretty good, or decent at it, All right, yeah, Jalen Carter, bro. This, 1,000 IQ move, big brain, big galaxy brain, as Dr. Doya, favorite Dragon Ball Fighters YouTuber used to be. Yeah, man. He just fakes the stunt, and the lineman is go, whoop, Hezzy goes right over the top and gets him. I mean, like, just look at it again. Look at the center looking inside. He realizes it's too late. That damn, I should have had Jalen Carter. Oh, oops, they're not switching up on us. So just beautiful. Stafford wasn't ready, prepared, and then on the next play he does it again. You like, oh my goodness, bro. Just sick. He's a sick man. He's a sick man at this. But having the condition at the end of the game to still be this fresh, he played all but one snap in this game. I think 67 out of 68, which is crazy. His condition has been wild this year. Jordan Davis, I know he's gotten better, but man, nothing. Jalen Carter, nothing compares to his amount of relentlessness that he's been able to bring over the course of full game stretches and no rest. But anyways, you can see here he goes for it again. delayed one, blows up the play because Matt Stafford, if given time in the pocket, he might have been able to get off a decent pass to Puka Nakua. And yes, Slade did have good coverage, but the one who made that play was none other than Jalen Carter, man. Just sick with it. So, he's got to show up in the matchup against Commanders coming up next this weekend. We'll see, man. Let's do or die. Go home or go to the Super Bowl. Those are the only two options. So hopefully we choose the former latter. I can't even remember which one I just said. I'm just so hyped up. But anyways, we're going to get up out of here because the fact of the matter is that you're not even watching. But it's all good because I love making these videos and I love talking about the freaking stinking Philadelphia Eagles. So we'll chunk the deuces officially. But as always, as always, it's fly, Eagles, fly, and let's motherfucking go. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Check me out at Centron Anime, Centron Life, or Centron Laughs, or other social media.